Hey, man. How are you? How you doing?
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Are you okay?
Daisy broke up with me.
Well, it's gonna be okay.
You're right, Clarence. I want you to meet Keanu.
No.
Oh my God, that's the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life.
I love me some Key and Peele. You know, those two dudes on Comedy Central. I think the show just ended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best comedy sketches or sketch shows out there. And a lot of people have been saying there's one of the members right there. I can't even tell them apart though. Which one is that? Is that Key or Peele?
That's Peele.
Okay, I can't.
Jordan Peele.
I don't know which one is which. I'll be honest with you. That's how much I love.
That's how much you love.
That's how much I love. So,
You can't tell the difference between two dudes who don't look anything alike.
no.
Okay.
Apparently that's how racist I am too. So, oh, people, I can't tell them biracial boys are apart from each other right there. And that's the thing about them. They are biracial. A lot of people like the humor because they got a different perspective on life, and they say, man, these guys are smart. They're funny.
And since Dave Chappelle ain't doing nothing.
Since Dave Chappelle ain't doing that, and they say, you know what? Dave Chappelle was very heavily about, the black perspective. These guys, they kind of bring that in there too, but they're kind of geeks too in a way.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
nerdy. And a lot of these people, and they got wide appeal. So a lot of people saying, man, I can't wait for them to do a feature film. I mean, they appearing in shows together and everything. Do that movie now. Your prayers have been answered. With this right here, we have Key and Peele who play cousins in this movie, and which one is that? The round head one? The
Key.
Key just got his that right here. Yeah, like the black Ernie and Bert. But Key just broke up with his girlfriend.
Peele
just broke up with his girlfriend. She dumped him, and the only thing that's getting him over that is Keanu the cat, the cutest cat in the world. Oh, Key's life is about to get back together. Peele's life is about to get back together. Oh, this cat has saved him. But would you know it? Somebody came in and stole Keanu right from under them. And now they got to get them back. But the thing is, to get them back, they got to go to the underside of town, hang out with the true gangsters, the 19th Street Blips. They call them that because they got kicked out the Bloods in the Crips. Call them the Blips on 19th Street. But what are these brothers going to do?
Yeah, these two nerdy brothers.
These two nerdy, corny-ass brothers right here. Well, now they have to try to act what society sees as true black, be straight up hood, to get Keanu back. Now, the thing about this film right here is that, like I said, I love Key and Peele. I really do. I'm sincere. Maybe I get the names wrong, but I'm very sincere. I haven't seen every episode, but every Key and Peele episode that I see, maybe it's the highlights, but they never cease to make me laugh hard.
They were the highlights when they were on Mad TV together.
Oh yeah, man. Those guys, that was which one's the tall one now? That's Key. Yeah, he was the reason why I would watch Mad TV because he was so funny, man. But they ain't the real stars of this movie right here.
Uh-oh.
I mean, y'all know it. The real star of this film is that cat. And now let me see if I got that. Let me see if I got that clip here. I think I forgot to put that up. Keanu is the cat, and by now everyone knows that has an extra added bonus of having, at some point in the movie, the voice of Keanu Reeves. And the thing about this is that, let me pull it over here. The thing about this is that while Key and Peele are very funny dudes, there's no contest between how cute that cat is. That goddamn cat is so adorable, man. My heart just melted. I've never seen an animal like this before.
Rel, it's gonna be okay. No, I know you don't want to hear this right now, but everything happens for a reason.
You're right, Clarence. Everything does happen for a reason. I want you to meet Keanu.
That cat knows he's cute too. You see that cat is not like any animal out there. That cat is fucking acting right now.
Hello, Korey.
Hello. Look at that cat. He's posing. Look at this shit.
But he also has a way of looking like he's oblivious to how cute he is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like a model.
It's like, oh, am I? I'm just looking over across the street.
Me? Oh, I didn't even notice. This cat I ain't never seen. I know some models who can't even pose like this shit.
What?
He almost dropped that coffee.
No. Oh my God.
God, that's the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life.
Hello. I'm sorry, Keanu?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it means cool breeze in Hawaiian.
Look, that cat's still looking at the camera, man. Cat got an ego and everything. Put that motherfucker in a Calvin Klein ad, man. That cat is adorable. I'm telling you, that's the reason why everybody wants to see this movie, because they got that cat up in here, Keanu. And not to say that there aren't some good appearances in here. I don't know what you guys feel about this, because I know, Martin, I know you don't always like the rappers when they do the acting and everything. But I've always thought Method Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought Method Man had a strong screen presence, man. I've always thought Method Man, you know, the rapper from the Wu-Tang Clan. I've always thought that he had a natural charisma. And as sort of the villain in this movie, he brings a charisma to that role.
You know, I heard how it went down at King Diaz's church.
Well, you know, man, that's how we do. You know, we got to do how we do. Oh, damn.
Yeah, don't worry about her, man. That's Montana.
You know, as much as I love snakes, I think we need to go to the bathroom real quick and drain ours.
Well played. Yep, that's what we should do.
Oh, look who's up from their nap.
But he ain't no challenge for that cat right there. That cat is so goddamn cute.
Is that even the same cat?
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Most likely not.
I doubt it, but in my mind it is. And you know what?
It's probably a different cat in every scene. Because by the time they got done finishing filming, the kitten was now a cat.
I know, man. They probably killed cats up here. Man, they probably went through about 20 cats on this motion picture right here. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. That cat really steals the show. Nobody can keep up with that, and it's so adorable. That cat's gonna have people just doing. Every cat in America is gonna be thugged out like that. every cat owner in America gonna be dressing up their cats like gang members, putting fake gold chains around their neck. The cat's gonna be getting rashes and shit, throwing up gang signs with their paws and shit. I mean,
Your cat got a green neck.
don't care. my cat's hard. Man, I'm telling you, the cat is so goddamn adorable, and that's the problem with me for the movie. I'm not going to say that I'm looking for the movie that I want. I was just kind of misled that Keanu would have a bigger role in this movie.
Really? Only because his name was the title of the movie?
Yes. Yes.
Wait, so are you dinging the movie because there's a whole hour in the middle where the cat is not even a part of the story, and you completely forget that this started out being about a cat?
Man, yeah, exactly. Man, come on, man. Don't fuck with me on this, man. I mean, the whole marketing campaign, they had, they showing that cat. You don't see Key and Peele. They don't even say like they got Key and Peele like a real small up here. Key and Peele present Keanu in big gold letters, and he's like, you don't ever see their pictures up there. You see Keanu. I'm just saying that I was misled to think that Keanu would be a bigger part of this motion picture right here.
Oh, my son, you never learn anything.
Apparently, I don't.
I was Bryan Cranston again. Godzilla.
Yes, I did. I mean, I'm not dinging the movie. In fact, I will even say this much, that I think that it's kind of cool that the cat wasn't that much in the movie, because that's what Key and Peele do, man. Key and Peele, that's why I love their sketch comedy, because what's so smart about it is that their writing is clever enough to where those sketches will start out as one thing and they'll end up in a totally unpredictable place, and it'll be weird where it lands, but it will make sense.
Well, that's what the best sketch comedies do. Monty Python, Kids in the Hall, Mr. Show, even the Whitest Kids Next Door. I mean, the Whitest Kids you know. They all did that thing of like starting as one thing and like leading you somewhere else. You're like, wow, how did we get here? But it's so cool how you did that.
And so, you know what? So with this movie, I thought, all right, why not? And the other thing that happened was, so like I said, Key and Peele, they're biracial. And what they do is, a lot of things, they comment on a lot of social commentary, including race. And what's so great about that is that they can either talk about other races, or they can talk about black, or they can talk about, being, mixed. And a lot of the things that they did in the show, again, were very smart. Like my favorite sketch is, you know which one.
It's everybody's favorite sketch. Their very first sketch.
Which one?
Bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah. Man, I said to her, bitch. I said, bitch. Yeah, I said, bitch.
Yeah. It's a very smart, very real black experience that they're commenting on.
Track my wife down 20 minutes later, she's sniffing out the damn shower talking about, can I help you?
See, that's crazy right there.
Craig, I looked this woman in the eye, I said, bitch, you told me 6:45.
You said that.
Yeah, I said, bitch. Then I laid it out.
But you said bitch, though.
What?
And that's so real. That is a true black experience because brothers can be as hard as they want to.
They talking to their buddies.
But when they talking to their friends, but they become bitches when their chicks around. I can't tell you how many times I done talk shit on this show. And I got home, my girl like, get your ass in here.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, you know I was just playing.
Miss Mia really did punish me one day too. When she was in Istanbul, I got an ass whooper from Istanbul. I said something on the show and she pulled that shit. I don't know how she recorded that shit. She said, hey, baby. I said, hey. She's like, yeah, I want to show you something. So explain this.
She's just recording the live
She
show?
recorded some shit and it was some shit where I was talking to Danielle like, we should get married because we argue all the time. She's like, so you want to marry her now? And I went back.
I just wanted to marry her at that moment.
And I went back to Martin. I said, man, that bitch gonna tell me how to run my show. Oh, hey, baby. So fucking. But yeah, you know these guys, man. Their stuff is great. So here you saw how they do things coming from a real black experience. In this movie, they do they're the corny brothers. You know, they're the geeky.
Not the Coen brothers.
Not the Coen brothers. The corny brothers. They're the guys that are, you know, they're geeks. They're family guys. You know, one guy dresses like a soccer dad, got a fucking picnic cloth on his shirt and shit. The other dude looked like a piece of bubble gum wearing that lime colored hoodie. So you got a black hipster and a black family man. And the whole thing that you see here, and it starts out pretty funny because you get to see how they riff on each other and ad lib. I mean, they're great and they're gifted in that area. You know, they had to fit in as down in what society sees real black dudes as they go to the darker part of town trying to talk to gangs to get their cat back.
I'm sure that this cheddar guy is going to be reasonable about money, and if need be, we will just buy Keanu back.
No, don't. Not like that. Come on.
What, this?
Yeah, pop the collar.
Okay. Yeah. That's what the kids are doing.
Not really.
I can't tell you how many weekends Martin and I went out and it started out just like that. Me and Martin
I thought about that while watching it too.
I was kind of uncomfortable watching that. I was like, hey, that looks familiar.
You watching us?
Me and Martin look just like that. Hey, buddy, you ready?
Wait, in this movie is Cheddar Method Man?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they did something on on The Wire. His name is Cheese. So they probably took that from.
I'm sure they did.
Okay,
man.
yeah.
I'm sure they did. The night is still young, Martin. Come on, my friend. Those beers won't drink themselves. But I thought, okay, the movie got me. The whole thing was it was a distraction. You know, you fooled me. You made me think that it was about that cat. And now you're getting into the real thing. You're doing social commentary about racism, what it means to be black, how people perceive that, what is real black, and maybe some other social issues out there. And I thought it was kind of cool at first because I say, all right, you know, you're gonna start acting black and make a comment about that later. You're dropping M-bombs all over the place, nigga bleed, nigga that, nigga that. And I thought, all right, you know, I can kind of get with this. Very smart, Key and Peele.
I'll take a white wine spritzer. Clarence. Yeah. What?
You can't talk like that.
Here, then we really are in trouble because you sound like John Ritter all the time.
Well, I beg to differ, nigga.
Went straight to the N-word.
You niggas in the right place?
Yeah, we're in the right place, nigga. Oh.
And then they kept going, and it was no real statement. I'm like, did Quentin Tarantino write this shit right here? I was like, where's the commentary? When's the cat gonna come back? You know, what's the point of all this? And the thing is, for me, there really is no point. It's just a one joke movie, and an old joke at that. That old joke of, you know, the nerdy guys, the geeky guys that had to play tough around the tough guys, you know, gangsters, murderers, you know, motorcycle gangs, whatever. We've seen this done before. And for me, for this being Key and Peele, for as smart as they are and for as much of a purpose as their commentaries go and their sketch comedy, I was thinking, all right, you know what, this ain't really going anywhere for me. I'm not saying I'm not getting a chuckle out of it here and there. And then some people even thought that this was going to be somewhat of a parody of John Wick.
Right.
Because of Keanu.
Yeah.
They said his voice is going to be in there. Keanu had to, in John Wick, the whole story is that he's avenging the death of his dog, and here, they trying to avenge their cat getting kidnapped.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we see a scene with them dressed up as these two other characters doing flips and shooting everybody like a big John Woo movie.
Yeah. And that's, and I was thinking to myself, it's not really leading up to anything. Even as the movie goes along, and this is just my opinion, because this movie's getting good reviews out there. A lot of people loving this, and I think it's a lot of people just their love for Key and Peele, and they want to see them do well. But for me, I was just thinking this is not really going anywhere. I mean, for these guys to be as smart as they are, it's worth a chuckle here and there. But I'm not laughing out loud like I do at their sketch comedy. I mean, this is something that I would expect from Saturday Night Live to do, not Key and Peele. And the biggest thing about that is that it feels like it's being like it feels like the trailer is a sketch that works. It feels like they did a fake trailer, and it feels like the movie is that sketch stretched out. And you mentioned them because they're trying to cram things in there. It's like they wrote small segments, small sketches that all have the same theme, the same characters, but they don't connect too well. While they try to cram in other things that they do, like you mentioned them dressing in costume. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do in their show. And they just had to kind of crowbar that in. It really feels natural. They dress up as these two Latin gangsters, Latin killers. And that gives these guys an excuse just to act with each other in the same scene as they're in different costumes.
Oh.
What?
Oh, you know what? You don't know who you messing with because you're being crazy disrespectful right now. Hey, if you touch one hair on my cat's head, I will kill you!
Even though Key can scream, put that mother in a horror movie. I ain't never seen a mouth that big on a black man before. And you know what? A good job for them, though, because I got to admit, when it first started out, I didn't really know that was it. I thought one was Danny Trejo at first. So I mean, I give it to him, but I don't know, man. Like I said, this is getting good reviews out there. I know you guys looking at.
I'm surprised you're so down on it because I saw it at South by Southwest and the audience loved it. I mean, they were cheering, people were wiping water from their eyes. They were like, man, it was so much funnier than I expected. And I was kind of shocked because I had slept through the movie.
Wow.
Well, he was very tired.
I mean,
drunk too.
I mean, honestly, like it got going, and I was like, huh, like because I was excited for it, but I remember we showed the trailer, and you were like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at this trailer, and I'm feeling like maybe all the funny stuff is here. It's just gonna be like one of their long sketches. It goes on too long. I was like, man, that ain't true. These guys are geniuses. Why would you even say something like that?
Yeah, I remember you on my ass about that.
And 10 minutes in, it hit me that, oh shit, I think he's right. and
as much as I like hearing those words, I didn't predict anything. I was just going by my feelings.
I was just in and out of sleep through the whole time. But every time I wake up and watch some of it, I was just like, this is just not funny to me at all. But the audience was cracking up. And I had people I know, because I was like, maybe it's just that festival audience thing, because they showed up. And, if the creators, the actors, or directors show up at a screening at South by Southwest, the audience goes nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And I had people who I'm good friends with who was just like, man, that movie was hilarious. It's too bad you slept through it. Like, they were like looking at me with disdain. I was like,
you got to reevaluate your friendship.
No, you're getting surrounded by people and shit.
but it was one of those things where I'm like, you know what, man, you know what, you guys are right. I can't judge this movie. I got to watch it again. That's why I went to the screening you were at. I was like, I can't be fair to it till I watch it again, because you know what, it could be like I was just too tired. I was not in the best mood. Everything. Let me sit down and watch it again. And it took no time before I was just like, nope. I was dead on the first time. I was dead on it. I was like, even I had some other friends there who I told about my experience, and they came out there like, man, you shouldn't have come a second time because you were right the first time. This movie was.
See, they saw the movie. Listen to it.
Well, somebody took their cat.
I know. Keanu!
I mean, like I said, I love these guys. I respect their talent and how smart they usually are. This movie, to me, was a disaster.
Can I ask you a question, man? And it's going to get hot with that door closed. So, yeah, you can open it back up. And this time, really kill that chick that's screaming. don't make it an act.
Finish her off.
Yeah.
Look, man, no! and wipe your prints.
I think a few critics saw this at festivals. Or
Yeah.
a lot of critics came to South by.
Everybody was feeding off each other because I'm like, because even watching the second time, I'm like, how these people love this movie,
Man, festival
because everything that's funny about it is in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then those same jokes get repeated over and over and over ad nauseum. None of it ever builds. The action sequences aren't filmed all that great. It's like, okay, if y'all are doing a commentary, a parody of action movies, like at first that's what you think it is. You're like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, you're actually just doing it. You're just playing a straight out movie.
This shit forgot that it was. That's how chaotic it gets. It forgets that it's actually a comedy.
Yeah.
And starts to be like a real action film. Like it gets lost in its own bullshit.
It really, yeah, that's a perfect
and you
word
know
for
what?
it.
And the thing is, it would be kind of cool if it was a good action film, but it's a shitty action film.
It's a shitty action film. It felt like a movie where they had they had placeholders for jokes and never got around to putting those jokes back in there. And I mean, to show you how lazy or flimsily built this movie is, a lot of it is built around the George Michael song "Faith," or just them loving George
And that's
Michael.
a joke that goes nowhere.
It's a joke that like they bring in one time, you go like, okay, haha. Mm-hmm. It plays over and over and over till there's a George Michael dream sequence. And it's like, man, this joke stopped being funny 30 minutes ago, and you keep going back to that well.
That's exactly what happened. When I said that the funniest shit was in the trailer, that George Michael joke. I guess it would help if I turn this on.
What the fuck
Not
is
really.
this? Oh, shit, niggas. This my shit right here.
That's it. I saved you some time right there. That's it.
That's as funny as that joke gets. But they play it over and over and over. It becomes like a secondary theme of the movie. And seriously, like the whole thing of like, we got to do this to get my cat back, that disappears at some point for so long that when the cat comes back in, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot there was a cat in this thing.
Yeah, they bring out stars and now I'll tell you, they got some funny cameos in there. You know, they got one, and even when I say funny, it's probably one of the funniest things in the movie. But they could have done something better with
Except
that.
it goes on way too long.
It goes on way too long, but
to where it stops me. It's funny because that whole sequence, like when I saw it the first time, I completely slept through that. So that was brand new to me. Watch it the second time.
you had to piece that shit together when you saw it. Between falling asleep between the first movie and the second screening.
but honestly, that whole sequence had nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
And
it wasn't like I got out of the movie and didn't understand it. It's like that was just completely superfluous.
And when it gets to like that crazy action shit, they still bringing out like cameos that don't even matter.
No, it
and
doesn't.
It turns unnecessarily violent. My whole thing.
And there's a twist in the plot that's just like, guys, that's about the worst twist you
even for a comedy.
Even for a comedy.
You know, the thing is, people, is that festival goggles. That's real shit. That's a real thing.
It is. Hey, like if I only like mostly believed it before. Now I'm 100%.
And that shit spreads like a disease. This is like this is ground zero right here.
It is.
A lot of people saw this shit at South by Southwest, and somehow because they were at South by,
got to see something exclusive.
It was special. Oh, they
was
must
a
be
midnight
right.
movie that didn't. They were like, oh, it's actually going to start at 12:30. Then it didn't really start till 1 when they came out. Talked to the people, so it really got started about 1:15, and man, by that time I was like, I'm trying and I can't do this.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, people. It's something that. Did you see this?
No, it is.
Okay, I didn't think so. Good for you.
Thank you. Apparently, I dodged 2 bullets this week.
Actually, you'd be the dude to come out and be like, man, I thought this was hilarious.
That's why I'm sitting there trying to piece together. I mean, because obviously y'all aren't, in your 20s. I'm like, maybe, people that, are
I don't
younger.
pull that
under
old
30.
shit. Don't you pull
no,
that shit.
I'm just saying, like, maybe for people that, are a little bit younger, they like it more. But then I heard Sam talk about this movie. He's like, I didn't like it. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe, maybe that.
Yeah, that was one thing coming out because Sam was just like, well, that happened.
Yeah. Look at him like, well, maybe you old dudes didn't get it, but hey, get on out of here with that bullshit. Like, he might act like
if you were high, I don't know.
Yeah, act like I got dementia and shit. But it was past your bedtime. Nah, man, look, I don't hate the film. I got some chuckles out of it. I mean, but like I said, that's about it. All I got was some chuckles. This is a film, I hate to put this on these guys, but this is something where they're used to working in a short format. And just like with a lot of Saturday Night Live sketches, when you put them in a feature-length format, they don't know how to stretch it out. They don't know how to fill in gaps.
Well, whoever wrote this.
And they didn't write this themselves.
That's the problem. I mean, these guys are fine actors. It's just whoever wrote it wasn't up to snuff, and whoever directed it is clumsy or new to the game.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have enough. They don't have enough tricks in their bag to know how to keep something like this going.
If they don't have enough common sense to get Key and Peele to write a good chunk of it, this movie deserves what it's probably going to get.
Honestly, I was watching it and I was like, they are making me miss the ride-along movies.
Oh,
Well,
damn!
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
But anyway, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't gonna go on too long with this. I didn't hate it. I don't see what the big deal is about. But hey, if y'all enjoyed it, that's fine. I'm giving this just a mediocre rental because these guys could do a lot better, I think. But hey, that's my opinion. Apparently, everybody else liked it. What can I tell you?
Well, that's everybody else. This show isn't everybody else. What I can say is like,
you getting mad at me, brother? I didn't make the movie.
How dare you bring up other people's thoughts?
I know.
yeah, you did.
Well, I bet to differ, nigga. Yeah. With the N-word.
Yeah, I mean, based on what we've seen of these guys and how much is anticipated, it's a colossal disappointment that it can't sustain its humor like it should. And for Leia, yeah, I got some chuckles out of it, but for every chuckle I got, I was paid back with something that was way beneath me to where it was wearing me down. I mean, the best thing I can say about it, at least the theatrical cut that's coming out now, as opposed to what I saw at South by Southwest, is 30 minutes shorter. Because it was nearly 2 hours when I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some old bullshit.
Really?
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Because you think about what you think what you're going to get out of
That
it.
old shit is in effect right there. No, I'm
I'm about to ask, do y'all think because y'all are so used to seeing them doing their sketch comedy shows, you think it's one of the best of all time? Maybe the stand y'all were a little too high going in there.
Okay, listen. Key and Peele are very funny, but even especially in their later seasons, you would watch it. You could watch one of their shows, and there might be 2 really funny skits in it, and some others you go like, I'm sure a funny one's coming up next. And this is like one of those skits that you kind of blow off that's stretched out to 90 minutes. It's not one of the really good skits. It's one of the ones that when they're like, well,
The fillers.
Yeah.
the fillers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't blame you, man. I mean, for somebody who really appreciates what these guys can do, I can see his point right there. So yeah, whatever. A lot of people seem to love this shit. So I mean, like I said, that cat.
Like I said, I was in a theater full of them.
Yeah, that cat is getting people, man. And let you know it works. My girl made me. She said, it'd be funny for this show if we make Mojo like Keanu. She made me take a man. She loves that cat. She made me. I'm not bullshit. People, it's not me. She made me take this picture right here. She made me do this shit. I didn't want to do it.
So you look miserable.
I mean, I don't want to do this. Man, I don't want to do it. I don't want to take that picture. But she said it. People would love Gangsta Mojo. I was like, all right,
You
man.
look like Aunt Jemima with a gold chain on.
And you know what? And I looked at her and I said, bitch, I ain't taking that picture.
You talking to Mojo?
Yeah.
I told her.
I told Mojo, bitch, let's do this shit and get it over with.
Mojo's like, yeah, man, bitches, right?
Yeah, I heard you. I ain't gonna lie, he does look kind of badass.
You look like an angry black mom.
It's like ain't your mama, man. You should be making pancakes right now.
Like, hey, mama needs some money for lunch. Get my purse.
Yeah.
It's like his thought bubble would be, ain't nobody got time for this.
Cheddar's got Keanu.
We in the market right now for like a gangster pet, so.
The fuck?
I am not breaking the law. We just feed him some bullshit about New Jack City. We get Keanu.
You ain't never seen nobody get killed before?
I've seen people get killed before.